What's good, y'all? It's your boy Jones, and this is Jones for Sports, E&J Full Court Shot podcast. And as always, I'm joined with my host, E. What's good, boy?
Yo.
I know it's been a while since we recorded, but we're back, and we've got a lot to talk about, but we're going to try to, cut it down so we're not blabbing too much. But we're going to backtrack real quick and go all the way back to the All-Star game and talk about that. Just our thoughts on that. First, let's start with the three-point contest. I know you wanted to have something to say about that.
The three-point contest for the last couple of years has been like the event of the weekend, excluding the game itself. Well, even sometimes it's actually been better, the game.
Yeah.
And, I mean, why not? Because the game is pretty much built around shooting now.
Absolutely.
And live was a very exciting three-point shootout.
Without Steph and Clay, the two best
I
shooters in the world.
I like the added 4-point shot.
Yeah, that was very cool.
I mean, when you have a three-point shootout end on the last shot,
yeah,
what's better than that?
Yeah, exactly. They made it fun. They made it exciting. It wasn't a blowout. That's always what you want to. When it comes to the All-Star games, you want excitement. You want the fans to be excited and want to keep watching. And that's what they gave us in the three-point contest. So that was very, very, very dope. Other than that, you go to the dunk contest, the very controversial dunk contest, another one.
You got some explaining to do from the behalf of your boy.
I do, and I'm gonna do my best I can, but there's not much I can do. So I'll go first on the dunk contest. Dunk contest was amazing. The best one we've seen since Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine. Everyone, and I'm me included. I believe that based off of the last dunk, Aaron Gordon should have won because he jumped over a 7-footer. 7'5"?
7'5", 7'4", somewhere around that. Either way, that's a tall fucking dude.
That's a tall dude to jump over. And people want to say that he touched him. No, he fucking did. The only thing he touched was his hands after.
Even if he touched him, the fact to even get that high. How many dudes can jump and damn near clear him?
2 feet. Off 2 feet.
Exactly.
That was amazing. Now, as far as Derrick Jones goes, his dunks were amazing as well, but they were all through the legs.
Yeah.
Every dunk was through the legs. But I do give him this. If he did the dunk he did off the backboard when the guy threw it off the backboard and he threw it off the legs, that could have won him. I mean, he won it anyways, but I think that would have been his should have been his last dunk, but I guess he didn't expect it to go that far. His dunks were amazing, but
on
Aaron Gordon should have got it.
On Aaron Gordon's part, yes, the taco fall dunk is good, but let's not – come on. That dunk where off the side, catch it with one hand, full motion 360 is ridiculous.
That was nuts.
It should have ended right there.
Yeah, that was nuts. He did it so
this dude should easily have 3 – you can argue for maybe 1, but definitely 2 slam dunk trophies.
Absolutely, and he said he's done, and
I don't blame him.
You said to try to defend my boy.
Let's get into it.
Dwayne White back there. Dwayne Wade. This is what I was told. They were all once they did their dunks, they were all in agreement that they were going to all give it a tie so they can go another round. And someone being Dwayne Wade, it had to be, being biased for his boy in Miami, didn't go with the plan and gave him.
How do you feel about a lot of people's comments on the fact that we should actually have real dunkers or former dunk contest participants and such like that being the actual judges? Because if you look at it, everybody who judged that wasn't a dunker.
Right.
Wade wasn't a real dunker.
Yeah, he had some highlight dunks.
The celebrities and shit like that.
Right.
It
was in Chicago. Well,
how do you feel?
I think it was a Chicago thing.
I see guys like Vince Carter or Jason Richardson, guys like that actually judge it. because they know what it takes to dunk on that stage.
Um, I my thought on that is I think it should be that way. I think it should be guys that have been in the dunk contest who know what it takes to actually perform those dunks and know how hard it is to actually go through that. Some of those judges don't know what it takes to actually do that. And I give the NBA credit for trying to do something special for the city of Chicago. I guess that was the theme, because if you notice, they were all from Chicago. They did a halftime during the All-Star game. They did a halftime thing for people of Chicago.
They weren't even all from Chicago because Black Panther's not even from Chicago. He's from South Carolina.
So they fucked up
I
on
guess
that
they
one,
just
but
wanted to add, celebrity athlete,
yeah.
celebrity athlete.
They did Michael Jordan. So they did a whole theme because
Yeah,
Dwayne Wade's from there, Candace Parker, whatever, and Anthony Davis. So I get what they were trying to do, and that's cool. But like E said, you got to have someone that's done this before, that knows what it takes to perform those dunks. So
exactly.
I think next year they should, and from then on, only guys that have been in that position, and even losers, because Aaron Gordon can be a judge. He can be a judge. He knows what it
Yeah,
takes to do that. Even though he lost, I think you still can put those guys in there. So I think that would definitely help the All-Star dunk contest a lot in the future. Um, as far as the game, they changed things up, and it looked a lot different. And they did a very special tribute to Kobe and his daughter Gigi. So they added 24 seconds, 24 points, I'm sorry, at the end of the third quarter to both teams. And they added it to see what the final, point was, which was 157, I think.
well, I think what it was is whichever team led, because obviously after the first three quarters everything went to zero,
Right.
and
Exactly.
they kept the scores. So they added all three quarters
Yeah.
up, and
At
whichever
the
team
end. Yep.
led by the start of the fourth quarter, they added 24 to that score,
Yep.
which was be the limit. So now, if you're the team who was trailing, you would have to score that 24 plus the differential that
Right.
you trail by.
Exactly.
I
So
mean,
it's very interesting. What are your thoughts on that?
to me, it brought a lot of excitement to the All Star game because I can't lie, I haven't watched a lot of recent All Star games. I just go, change the channel. Obviously, you know how I feel. Kobe, my
Right.
sports idol.
Yep.
So every tribute to him, I'm there for. But
Absolutely.
like if you watch the first quarters early, it was typical All Star dunking, lobs, this,
Oh
that.
yeah.
If
Oh
you
yeah.
could see, like towards the end of the second quarter, the defense was there.
Hmm.
Having the kids excited for each
Oh yeah.
team.
They were loving it.
And
Yeah.
the end of
Charity.
the game, you had the 10 best players out there going at each other's heads, going at each
Yes.
other's necks. And then
Yep.
the one picture, if you see, I don't know who it was, they put it up. LeBron has the ball, and you see Giannis in his defensive stance, and you see all the celebrities damn near on the court watching.
Yeah. Watching with the phones out.
That's like, for me and you when we play football. How many
Hmm.
times in a championship game, if it's the last drive, all the people who are there watching are on the
Yeah.
field? The field's literally a quarter of a field
All
left just
eyes
to
on you.
watch. It's like
Hmm.
playing when you play pickup in the park, and then it's game point. Everybody's just on the court watching.
Yeah. Just watching, seeing who's
That
gonna
shit,
win.
to me, that shit
That's
was
what it
dope.
was.
That shit.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. That's exactly how the game went. It was dunks and fun and threes and half court shots. The first two quarters, it was fun. It was exactly what you wanted to see as a fan. But then the third quarter came where all the marbles were on the line. And when you say that you would have forgot that this was an all-star game in that third quarter, you would have thought this was a playoff game. How
Yeah.
hard both teams. We saw how many charges? Like three. I
That
mean, when you
yes, we
see
did.
charges,
To the fact that we actually seen Kyle Lowry flopping, which was crazy.
it was ridiculous. I mean, but it was fun. It
Kyle
was
Lowry
it
was
was like
flopping.
it made you realize how hard, like how much this meant to those guys. Like they really wanted to win, and they were playing defense. They were fouling. It was the most fouls you've ever seen in the All-Star, probably in the history of the game. I mean, it was great, and of course, I was rooting for Team LeBron, and they pulled out the win. But it was the only negative that I
Let's
can
get
take
into it
out
because
of
I
that,
know where you're going with it, and I feel the same way.
the
It cannot end with a
only
free throw.
it cannot end in a free throw. That's not how you want to see that. The way,
And then,
especially how that game was going on, it
like
was so exciting. You want to see
to
it
me,
finish on a dunk or
in
a
that
shot.
situation, I feel like if it's game point and a foul call is there, we can do something. Maybe no shot, just the ball.
Right. Do something. You got to change it. No free throws.
Because
Eliminate free throws in the third quarter.
and it will stop the flopping as well.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Exactly.
that game was like
They
one of
should
the
just
best.
eliminate the free throws in the third quarter.
And then you can even people, because there will be people to say, oh, but
Or
you
or
know,
in the
you
last
got,
minute or last 2 minutes or minute or so. No
like you
free
can
throws.
like don't get me wrong, there could be people get into, oh, but it shouldn't be that such of a high scoring game because there is that people. But my thing is this: when you have the best of the best out there,
Mm-hmm.
points are gonna be put up. Now, like you
Yeah.
said about the 3-point shootout, look what that score was. That score was there without a Steph Curry or Klay Thompson in sight.
Yep. Yep.
In sight. Or a Kyrie and Kevin Durant.
Yep.
Imagine those four on those two teams. Split
Mm-hmm.
any combination of those.
Absolutely. That's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I guess that would be the only thing that I would say they would change
Before we
this
get off
weekend
the
for sure.
topic, though, I want to ask. Obviously, Kawhi won the MVP of the game.
Yes.
Here's my Laker fandom. Whoop de fucking do for you. He had a good game. I can't lie. He was knocking down the three. But to me, I want to know for you is who stood out for you in that game? Like being a Laker fan, I can say, oh, it was LeBron. But to me, CP3, he bowled the fuck out.
Yes. And he had a alley oop dunk.
And he dunked it.
And he got an alley oop dunk.
That was crazy.
Who stood out for me? I think was it Chris Paul? It might have been Chris Paul because there was someone that I thought if maybe it was on the other team. Wait, who? No, Chris Paul was on LeBron's team, right?
Yeah. I mean, like for me, even like if you want to talk about people on
I'm
Team Giannis
forgetting who it was, but there was someone.
besides Giannis on his team, he disappeared a little in the fourth, but Kemba had a nice game.
Kemba, that's who it was. That's who it
Kemba,
was.
he was
Kemba was
he was
he
out
stood
there
out.
balling,
If Team
representing for
Giannis
LeBron.
won, he was going to be.
God gave him that.
He would have won MVP for if his team won.
Yeah, but the thing with him is he disappeared a little in the fourth.
Yeah, he did.
So
He
did
did.
someone else we know. Years he kind of disappeared.
Yeah, let's talk while we're on it.
No, let's move on to that. We can get there.
Let's get there. Because this happened during the All-Star. After the
It
postseason
stems
game.
from the draft, the All-Star draft.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. What do you think about the shots that Giannis took at Harden and then him responding and defending himself?
I mean, I think it was just Giannis just trying to be funny because, let's face it, what is James Harden known for? Scoring.
Mm-hmm.
He gave him a jab that someone we all love and respect.
Yeah.
What was his biggest thing? He don't pass the ball, right?
Right.
So when it was asked to Giannis, you don't want the dribbler, which Charles Barkley was meaning, James Harden, because Giannis took Kemba. Giannis says, nah, I want somebody who's going to pass me the ball.
Right.
Jokingly. Obviously, Harden took it personal, and he came out and said, for my game, I actually have to, learn how to play basketball. I wish I could be 7 feet and dunk and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, but let's not fake. Let's remember, James Harden, you flop. Most of your points come from the free throw line. He's probably is the best offensive player in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go down as a top 5-2 guard.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, you do have more assists than Kemba, but it was a joke.
My thoughts is
I like it personally. Bring this type of NBA back where you don't have to be buddy-buddy with each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I I feel like I'm with Harden on this one. And the reason why I'm with Harden on this one is because I feel like Giannis meant that literally. He meant what he was saying. And I feel like the beef is a little bit more than we think it is. I think because this is what I heard. I heard that after Giannis won the MVP, Harden took a jab at him and said something about like, he felt like he deserved it more for whatever reason. He didn't, and Giannis didn't like that. So I felt
Yeah.
like that's why Giannis took the shot. I could be wrong about this,
To
but
me though,
this is
like
where it's coming from.
when I hear all of this, it kills me because it's like this is exactly why James Harden you will not win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like you focus on the personal awards,
Mm-hmm.
especially
Right. Yeah.
for a
That's
guy
true.
who's known for disappearing in the playoffs.
Exactly. We can't forget that.
You know, your team's going to be fighting an uphill battle now
Mm-hmm.
with having no true big man on the floor,
Word. Yeah. No, I agree.
playing with another guy who's known for not coming through in the playoffs.
Word. It's true. So, but like you said, it's good for basketball to just have a little bit of rivalry between two former MVPs. So it'll be interesting to see how that all evolves going forward.
I mean, if you think
Um,
about it, just the other day, LeBron was something was said to LeBron about him being too nice.
mhm.
So it's either too nice or let's go at each other's heads.
Right. Pick one. You got to pick one. Is it? I
Exactly.
mean, you ain't got to be nice to everybody either. You can be nice to a few, and few you can be like, you know what?
I
I just
mean,
don't
hey,
fuck with you.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna bring it back to him every chance I get. This guy right here,
Uh huh.
known for being a killer,
Yeah.
coming right at your neck and talking that hot shit to you.
Yeah. Exactly. Mamba mentality. That's how it is. That's how it's gotta be sometimes. Simple as that. Speaking of the Mamba himself, uh, last week's Sunday, was it Sunday or Monday? No,
Monday,
Monday.
Monday.
Monday. They had the memorial for Kobe and Gianna Bryant on 2/24/20, representing 2 for Gianna, 24 for Kobe, and 20 years of Kobe being a Laker. Um, and I'll let you being a Laker fan, I'll let you start that one off because I know that's very personal to you. So,
I mean,
um, go ahead.
still to this day, it doesn't seem real.
Mhm.
You know, it was definitely tough for me to watch. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
there was some times teared up a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, like I said, the still trying to wrap your head that saying it's true, it actually happened. You're just like, wait, it doesn't feel right.
It
So
doesn't.
like, everybody obviously it's true what everybody said is big that, for his wife just even create it, create this event, not let alone attend and speak.
Mm-hmm. And speak.
We don't know the strength it took for her to do that. Not only she, mourning the death of her husband, but she's mourning a daughter,
Yeah. Who she was very
only
close with.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, everybody obviously the big stories was, Jordan, saying only Kobe could make him another crying meme. My favorite was the Shaq quote that he told
Yeah.
I am team, but there's a meat ME in that motherfucker.
And that sounds just like him too.
It was dope having Diana Taurasi there. Kobe gave
Yeah.
that nickname, the White Mamba.
Uh-huh.
Gino,
Absolutely. Her and
Gino.
the girl, Gino's speech. Yep.
Obviously, everybody know Gigi's wish was to go to UConn.
Yep.
Sabrina, that chick Sabrina from Oregon, she's a dog.
She is. And she
She's
broke
a
the record.
dog.
She
The
made
same
history
day,
the same day, right
the
after that
only
speech she
only
gave.
Division I player with 2,000 points,
Boys and girls.
1,000 assists, and 1,000 rebounds. She's a dog.
Yep. Yep.
You
A
know,
1,000 points and like one other like 1,000 steals or some shit like that.
it's
She had like
ridiculous.
it's
She's a
she,
beast.
she's a beast.
She's a
She's
walking
a,
triple double.
yep. She really is a problem, and she did it in the third quarter. She finished the second, third quarter, some shit like that. But yeah, you anything else on that?
It was a great tribute. Only other tribute I want to see is the Lakers raising a banner at the start of next season for him. You know, I'll win a
Mm-hmm.
championship for him this year, and that's
Yep,
it. It's still gonna be tough going along, but you got to push through every day.
absolutely. Um, like you said, the service was beautiful. Everyone that spoke. The hero though of the day was obviously Vanessa. She stole the show, if you can even steal a show like that. But like she, like you said, for her to go up there to represent her husband and daughter,
And not
and to
not to cut
be,
and not to cut you off, sorry, but the story she
mm-hmm,
told, especially the story she told
yeah,
to Gigi, the story she
yeah,
told Gigi couldn't make Gigi any less of Kobe's daughter.
yeah,
Her telling
absolutely. She was definitely
telling
Kobe's
the
daughter
boys
for
basketball coach, "You want me to teach him some pointers?" Like, come on.
sure. Yeah, her stories were amazing, and just the fact that we've never seen her speak in public
Never,
really, like maybe a
never,
few occasions, but
yeah,
not much.
never.
And for her to do that in front of thousands of 30 tens of thousands of people in the stadium, but then hundreds of millions watching at home, that takes a lot of courage, and she stood strong. Of course she cried, but like she still stood strong and told great stories and made us understand who Kobe and Gigi were outside of basketball, who they were
Yeah,
at home, who they were as a husband and daughter. So it was cool to get that insight of their family like that. And like you said, the other guests were amazing. The other one that really stole the show for me though was the coach from UConn. I felt like he brought home some real deep points that we all as humans just need to realize sometimes, and he brought that out, and he kept it real with people, like, so I thought that was pretty cool, and him being real, and also Jimmy Kimmel's um, when he asks everyone to hug everyone, and
yeah.
that little thing, that's something that people don't do. They don't do, but he made everyone do it, and it was well needed. And I thought
Listen,
that was cool for him to do
listen.
something like that. So
I
overall,
mean,
it was great.
like, it's not even just that. And I know there's like, there's people that don't even talk to, you know, people close to them.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There's like, I mean, you, for instance, I consider you a brother,
Right.
and we've only known each other a handful of years.
You're right.
It's crazy, it's like
Exactly.
that's why it is good to, the people you are close with and talk to.
Yeah, you keep them
Check up on
close.
people.
Right, exactly. Make sure everyone's good and shit like that. And it's crazy because like this all had Kobe's death had a major impact on my life, not just because of basketball and stuff like and what watching him, but just life as it was happening and as it passed. My birthday just passed February 23rd, as did E. His birthday was February 6th. And I didn't really want to celebrate. Didn't really want to do
Yeah,
anything. You know what I mean? Like we getting old. We done it a lot. You know what I mean? But then the passing of Kobe Bryant, Gigi, those seven others members among that helicopter, um, and Pop Smoke just recently dying. I was just becoming a fan of his, and he's only 20 years old,
you know,
and that just made me realize, like, look, some people don't get to see 29. You know what I mean? So I made sure. I was like, you know what? It was just last minute. I just hit up my brother and my cousin, and my brother was like, yo, pull up. Let's go. So I just went and just
yeah.
made sure I was just with somebody, some family or something
At,
like that,
at
and just
29,
had that moment. You
at
know what I mean?
29, at 29, when you hear 20, you're just like, years ago when you're 25, 26, you hear 20, you're like, you don't think of much. And then when you hear 20, like, man, he was young.
Young, and we were there once. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
just makes you appreciate life more, and everyone should appreciate life more. One other thing I wanted to say about the memorial was another thing that another part that stole the show was Rob Palinka. His story about Kobe as a best friend and his last moment before he passed away was doing something nice for someone else that was on
And
board that plane.
to
It's
even
like, wow.
expand on that, obviously the agent they were talking about was Scott Boras.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the biggest baseball agent out there. It
Yep.
actually came out he is gonna honor Kobe's wish
Yeah, he
and get
is.
the
Yes, he is.
girl an internship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
Kobe,
um,
Kobe still
Kobe
just still made that shot.
still made that shot. Last game winning shot. That's how Mamba out. That's how he does it. So and um another part that like really got me was when Vanessa said that they both God had to take them together because there's no
Yeah,
way they couldn't. That part was just like, damn, that shit had me rolling, So it was a very emotional thing. And another thing I want to say, because I feel like I have to say it and defend my boy, everybody need to get the fuck on LeBron's back about him being there or not being there. Chill the fuck out. If he
as
was
a
there,
Laker
he was
fan,
there.
as a
If
Laker
he
fan,
wasn't, he wasn't. He everyone deals with death.
what I heard is he
Listen,
was there.
I think he was there too. I
There is
saw
reports saying that he could have told him, "Listen, I don't want to be on camera," because my thing is, at the end of the day,
right.
at
He
the end of the
did.
day,
He did.
what are we there for? We're there to remember Kobe. We're not there to see LeBron in the stands. We're not there to
Exactly.
see Steph Curry in the stands. I'm not there to see any of those NBA players in the stands.
Right. Exactly. And LeBron said that he told reporters that he does not want to be seen. He doesn't want to make it about him.
Obviously,
It's
he
not
was one of
about
the
him.
guys who took it hard.
Yeah, very emotional about it.
You know,
Very emotional. So people need to get off his back about that shit because it wasn't about LeBron James. It was
wasn't
about Kobe
that's what I'm
Bryant.
saying.
And if
Like
you're trying
this,
to make it
and I
about
and
LeBron
and
James, then you're looking for the
you
wrong
you
story.
you know me for not being a supporter of LeBron or even protecting him. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Like if they showed him or not, man. Who cares?
Right.
We're remembering somebody's legacy.
Exactly. 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 So none of that shit is important. So like I said, get off my boys' back. Um, um, other than that, it was a great service, and we will forever remember you, Kobe Bryant. Thank you for all the memories, and thank you for everybody that spoke and gave us memories as well. Another thing before we move on to the next subject, I also want to say I started a new series on Jones for Sports Instagram page, Jones in a Minute. You guys, for those that follow me on Instagram, if you don't, go do that now. Instagram, Jones for Sports. And I do a series of Mamba Mondays where every Monday I will either share a clip of Kobe Bryant or a quote of Kobe Bryant so we can remember him forever for everything that he's done for the 20 years of being not just a Laker, but being in the NBA family. So that's my way and the Jones and Sports family way of showing tribute to Kobe Bryant and his family. So rest in peace, Kobe. We love you. We miss you. And also want to shout out to my brother and sister for the great gift they got me. It's over here. Actually, I'm going to go grab it real quick. If I can. My brothers and sister got me this beautiful plaque of Kobe with all his achievements for my birthday. They surprised me with it. So that was great. Wanted to shout them out real quick. Love you guys. Um, but yeah, so Kobe, we love you, and we know that at 8 behind E is not going anywhere anytime soon. So we
Even in
already
the end,
know what E's doing.
not even
It's
24 is
hanging, boy. Let's
24
go.
is
Oh,
24 is hung up on the other side. Don't worry.
well, we'll switch it up sometimes.
I got the 24. Don't worry.
um, right. So now we're gonna get into today's NBA, and there is a lot going on. A lot of good stories, a lot of
Um,
surprising stories.
yeah, we're shaping up. We're shaping up
So
for that end run.
yeah,
Everybody's
like grind time.
fighting for certain positions,
Mm-hmm.
teams fighting for their playoff lives.
Oh yeah, grind time. It's when it matters.
Yeah,
So let's start on the East. The more I don't want to say it's definitely the lesser of the conferences, but they've definitely been gotten stronger. I want to say they gotten stronger because they're not as weak as they used to be. I think that this bottom, if when I'm looking at the conference right now, the seventh and eighth seed are the only weak teams in that division
I
that
mean,
are
yeah.
in the playoff.
To me,
So
like to me,
1 through 6, I'm giving them props.
to me, from 2 to 8 can shift around in any formation.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Milwaukee's got that one locked up.
Absolutely.
There's a chance they win 70 games this year.
Yeah. Yeah. They're projecting to go 70. Yeah. So
But from that 2, especially to that like 2 to 6, like you said, it's like you feel like almost any one of those teams could get on the stretch and they can jump and take that 2 seed from any one of them.
so let me for the listeners, and I don't know if you have it in front of you. So let me just
I don't I'll try to pull
all
it
right.
up.
So yeah. So I'll tell you guys right now what the seating is right now. Like he said, obviously the Bucks are number 1, Toronto number 2, Boston number 3, Miami at 4, Indiana at 5, Sixers at 6, Orlando at 7, and Brooklyn at 8. At 9 is Washington, and 10 Charlotte. The
Okay,
rest really don't
to
matter.
me, to me, I feel like the 8 you said that'll be the 8 playoff teams.
I agree 100%.
But can we get into how much of a disappointment the Sixers have been?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody, I know. I think me and you were like one of the few people who didn't really have them. Everybody said they're a threat, they're a threat, and I told you I don't feel they're a threat because why? They have no shooting, and
Mm-hmm.
now you're without Embiid and Simmons. There's a
Right. Simmons, there's reports that he might be out for the season.
So now the fact is you're the sixth
Possible.
seed. So if the playoffs was to end today, you play Boston with a
Mm-hmm.
red hot Jason Tatum.
Yep.
Jaylen Brown's playing good. Kemba's actually back tonight.
Yep.
So there's a chance you don't even get out the first round.
Yeah, it would be.
You were projected to be a top 3 or maybe 4 seed.
Yep. 37-24 is their
And
record
I
right
told you that I said it last year when they traded for Jimmy Butler. They don't have shooting. This year made it worse. You lost JJ Redick. You still haven't added shooting.
Yep. Exactly. And you didn't fill those roles. Horford didn't take that
Horford
step.
wasn't even a necessary pickup.
Nope.
You
He
could have
he,
kept
he
Jimmy
regressed.
Butler for that money that you signed Al Horford for.
Mm-hmm.
I actually seen this report saying that Philly's going to try to trade Horford in the offseason.
I wouldn't be
As
surprised.
they're targeting guys like Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Sixers. I thought they'd be up in that top 1 through 4. I thought maybe 2 through 4 actually, because I still thought the Bucks probably would be up there. But like I said, the 7 and 8, those two, they're Brooklyn and Orlando. I expected Brooklyn to be better than this year, but it doesn't really look like Kyrie wanted to play this year. That's just my thoughts on that.
Yeah,
I
he's
feel like
done for the
he's
year.
using that shoulder as I'm not saying he's not hurt, but I feel like some of it is
I
just him
mean,
not
in a
playing.
way, it's almost like what I said last year when it was LeBron. Like, you didn't really have a shot.
Right.
Come back healthy next year. You got Durant coming back with you.
Right.
So basically, Brooklyn is adding 2 superstars next year without spending additional money.
Exactly. So they'll be good next year.
The
Like you
one
said,
team, though, to
it's not
me,
first.
the one team that's I gotta give their credit is Pacers
Yeah, that's what I
at
was gonna say.
5. Like, don't get me wrong. Miami.
Yeah, we knew
Nobody
what they were
predicted
about.
a 4 seed.
Right. No one
At
predicted that, but
Miami might be the best defensive team
mm-hmm.
because they
They're
could
definitely
literally
up there.
put a lineup out there that they defend
We
one
see
through
what
five.
we seen what they did yesterday to the Bucks.
You
They
know,
held Giannis to 13 points.
yeah, they can put together a lineup where all those players can guard at least four out of those five can guard 1 through 4 or 1 through 5.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean?
Exactly.
So they're a good team. The only
I
thing that
think.
gets me a little could be, shot making as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously the Raptors went on a crazy run right before the All-Star break.
Hmm.
I think they won what, like 11 straight or something like that, 12
Something like
straight,
that.
maybe even more. And like you said, Milwaukee 52-9, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're looking like the Warriors did
But
a couple of.
to me, that's what it separates. They're not like the Warriors for me.
Hmm.
Like in the playoffs, we've seen them lose.
Right. They're not invincible. They teams will figure out and have figured out ways to stop them. And I think the formula to me to stop the Bucks is you do not, because people say it's two options. You let Giannis score 50 and we stop everyone else from shooting those threes and they win that way, or you stop Giannis and you let those threes go. But
I
no, the
mean,
Heat did both. That's what you have to do. You have
I
to
mean,
stop one. You can't let Giannis score 50. There's no way in hell. You gotta force him to shoot it or pass it, and that's what Miami did. And if you're gonna force him to pass it, you better make sure your guys are there to contest the shot. That's it.
I mean, for me, you know,
If it goes in, it goes in.
the one game my Lakers played them this year, we actually lost
It
because.
got killed.
But
Not
what
killed,
happened?
not the final
What
score, but
Why was the reason why we lost? Giannis was actually making his threes.
he
At
was.
that point, if Giannis is making his threes and you lose,
You
then you know
just
what? You
that's
did.
it. Yeah, you
You
shake
beat
his
us
hand.
at what we wanted you to beat us at. More
Right.
power to you.
We planned for this and you beat it. Simple as that. We fucked up on that. But like you said, I don't even though the Milwaukee looks amazing, I do not think they will make it out of the East. I don't.
To me, it's one of those situations where if they do, I'm not surprised, and if they don't, I'm not surprised.
Right, exactly. I think they'll probably make it possibly to actually the second round. I think is going to be tough for them. Whoever makes it to the second round, it's going to be tough. I don't think it will be Orlando or Brooklyn. It'll be probably one of these 1 through 6
Yeah,
guys.
they would get probably somewhere between Miami, Indiana, or Boston.
Yeah, and those are tough teams to play. Those are tough teams. A 7-game series. It's not saying I think they would possibly win, but I'm not giving it to them just cold-handedly like that because those teams are fighting for something too. And let's not forget, Toronto's still here. They're still here. They proved like we expected that they would still be good because they proved it last year. Whenever Kawhi didn't play, they still won games, and they did it this year. And what's his name? Siakam stepped up and said that he can show up. Van Fleet definitely stepping up. What's his name? Anunoby. He's stepping up. Everyone's stepping up. So I
Yeah,
love
but
what
we all
Toronto's.
know what could be the downfall of Toronto, and it's sad.
Well,
It sucks to
he's not
say.
there. Bron's
It's
not here.
No, it sucks to say, but the downfall of Toronto has to be Kyle Lowry's playoff performances.
Yes, very true. Very true. He's on a downfall. Sorry to say that. I love Kyle Lowry,
It's
but
not even that. It's just the fact of like for some reason, no shots.
playoffs
It's
too.
like playoffs. He just does not.
Well, hopefully being a champion changes that.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully that changes that. Boston, they look good. They
Boston
can
looks
be a
scary the way
team.
Jason Tatum's balling
Yeah.
out.
And if everyone can complement that, they're a team that can get back to that Eastern Conference Finals and beat a team like Milwaukee or Toronto. They can
Yeah,
definitely do it. Miami, I think they're good enough, but I don't think they can get that far.
yeah.
I think they'll probably lose something like that. But like you said, my Indiana, no question, is the most surprising because not only are they back here, but they did it without their star player, who's back now. He's healthy. Thank God he's back and he's healthy. But Victor being out for half the year. I mean, and last year, and for them to still be at that 5 seed, we expected 7 or 8,
Exactly.
or 8 not even in there. They're still there. Then that's exactly where they were last year. So that just tells you great coaching. I think who's the coach for Indiana again? I'm gonna check right now.
Listen, when it comes to certain coaches, if you're not like a Pop, who's somebody who's been there forever,
Yeah,
you're
I
easily
hear.
forgettable. I'm sorry.
I think he definitely deserves to be in the running for Coach of the Year, because if you can do that with a team, I know they made the playoffs, they're still in the 4th or 5th seed. I think that's just amazing. So I can't. It's not here, but whoever he is, the coach of Indiana definitely deserves to be in the running for Coach of the Year.
Nate McMillan.
There we go. He definitely deserves some consideration. He might not win it, but he definitely deserves to be in consideration for what he was able to do with that team without Victor Oladipo. Now, going on to the more interesting conference, the better conference, the stronger conference,
Fact.
the
That's a fact.
Western Conference. So before we even talk about these teams, I'm just going to break it down for the listeners. The rundown of what the top 10. I'll give you top 10, or I'll give you the 11 because they're fighting too.
Wait, just
one.
make sure you start off good at number 1. You sure the tone is pretty good.
At number 1, with a conference record of 32-7, a win percentage of 78%, a win and loss record at 46-13, and number 1 in the toughest conference in the league. Give it up for your Los Angeles Lakers, everybody.
There we go.
And
The Los Angeles Lakers, not the Clippers, right?
Los Angeles Lakers. I didn't say the Clippers, everybody. I said the Lakers.
You didn't say
Not the people in the basement.
You didn't say the load management team, right?
Yeah, we're not talking about that squad, because that squad is having some trouble right now. But we're gonna get to them.
Oh yeah, because I got something to say about them.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. At number 2, we got Denver, 41-13. Still doing their thing. Yeah, they're still doing their thing. Same team as last year, so no surprise. Clippers at number 3, tied. Actually tied with Denver, 41-19. But they've got a lot of problems. That record, even though they looking pretty at 3, they got some problems. But we're gonna talk about them. The Lakers do too, so we're gonna talk about that too.
Oh yeah, we're not perfect.
Yeah, they ain't perfect, but it's that number 1 seed is looking very pretty. Then we got the very interesting and new formatted Houston Rockets.
The Tiny Rockets, yes we do.
The Tiny Rockets who decided to
ever
get
heard
weird.
you know the movie The Little Giants? The Tiny Rockets.
Tiny Rockets, and we'll explain more about that. Then you got Jazz at number 5. No surprise there.
Yeah, they're a little bit of a surprise to me.
I expected that. I
didn't expect them at 5. I've seen them more around possibly 3 or 4, but it's not looking like that Mike Connolly, experiment worked.
Yeah, it didn't. This one is the more surprising one.
Yes, it is.
Number 6.
A team that probably nobody had making the playoffs.
Exactly. This team has no business being here. No business at all. But my boy CP3 is holding it down and getting those young guys to play hard. And Steven Adams play hard. And he's balling. He's still looking good, playing hard. CP3 still got it. So sitting pretty at number 6. Then you got Dallas. This one's a surprise to me because they dropped.
Yeah, it's a surprise because the way they started the year off so hot. Mm-hmm. They were looking like a team that could probably fight for at least a 4 seed.
Right. And now they're sitting at
injured.
Number 7.
They did lose their two best players for periods of time.
That's true.
Injuries. They lost their starting center for the season.
Mm-hmm. And then you got the 8th seed Memphis, who's still fighting to stay there.
And right now they got it. They got a 3-game lead.
Yep.
3.5
And
game.
then over Portland, who's at 9 at 27 and 35, who everyone's very surprised about how that all worked out. We all thought they would be top 5, some at least I did. And you got Portland. I'm in Portland. The Pelicans at 10, trying to squeeze in there and beat Memphis in Portland for that 8th seed, and they're making a rise. They're looking a lot better. They started off slow, but they're looking a lot better
They
with
looked a lot better
Zion back.
since somebody came back.
Right, but they were also balling with just Ingram and those guys. They were still balling. So I'm going to give Ingram being an All-Star this
No,
year.
of course, but I feel like
Definitely got to give him
having
credit.
the presence of Zion there takes a load off of like guys like
Oh
Ingram.
yeah,
Just
absolutely,
offensively.
absolutely. And then at number 11, you got tied with the Pelicans at 26 and 34 is the Kings. And no surprise there, but yeah,
The
like
Kings
he said,
always have,
it's done.
some hope around them that this will be the year they make the playoffs, and then same shit.
Yes.
Anyways, moving along.
So let's start at the top.
Let's do it.
Your Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes,
How
sir.
you feeling about your Lakers? And what? First question: how do you feel about your Lakers right now? Second question: what are your thoughts on LeBron winning MVP?
Um, Obviously, if you look really into the numbers and stuff, he is a candidate. He should, get some votes. Obviously, Giannis looks like the favorite just because his team's record and
Mm-hmm.
he's pretty much the whole team. But for the Lakers, I'm happy. This year, last year, we didn't have a shot at the playoffs. Everybody just started breaking, and that was it. Um, yeah, we lost eight. Some guys are missing some games recently. Got a little banged up.
Mm-hmm.
We got our asses whooped. I think Friday or
Oh
Saturday
yeah.
to Memphis. Jesus Christ,
Whoa, that was a bad one.
boy! I know a lot of there's the conspiracy theories that the Lakers wanted them to win so they could keep the eighth seed. Because to me, honestly, the scary team for me to play, being a Laker fan, seeing what this guy fucking does every time he plays the Lakers, especially in Staples. Portland
Mm-hmm.
is a scary threat just
I
because of
knew you were
Dame.
gonna say Dame. Yep. Yep.
If it was just Portland without Dame, give us them. We'll sweep them.
Right. Absolutely.
Dame scares me.
Yeah. The last game he played against the Lakers
But
after
he
the
ruined them
Kobe
honoring
pass.
Kobe.
Yeah. He he
Outrageous.
he,
But
he
like for the
worked.
team, I'm excited. I feel like I do get upset from time to time because like when LeBron goes off the court, there's just a lot of passing the ball around, like not a lot of scoring when LeBron's on the court. Obviously, they worked out J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters. Look for
Oh
them to
yeah.
sign. Look for them to
Good
sign at
performance.
least one of those guys.
Who do you prefer?
In a way, I could make an argument for either,
Mm-hmm.
just because Dion, they're both scorers, but Dion Waiters has more of an all-around scoring game.
Mm-hmm. True.
Especially this part in his career, Jr. is more of just a shooter. Jr. is one of those guys, but then again, Jr. is one of those guys where if you're in the jam and the shot clock's going down, just get him the ball. He'll throw up an ugly shot and he might make it.
Man, might make it. Yeah.
Obviously, neither of them are great defenders. They're both head cases. You got Dion Waiters who did so much and over fucking killed himself by eating too many edibles on a plane this year. Good
Yep.
one. You got Jr. who's Jr. and forgets to score in the finals game.
Mean King.
Like I said though, but either one of them would be good just to have that scoring option off the bench. You
Yeah,
know, we
absolutely.
need guys like Danny Green to step up his game.
Mm-hmm.
Avery Bradley got to start making some shots. Rondo,
Before you go, even more, what do you think about the addition of Morris?
I like it because it brings toughness, and it brings another guy who we can put out there, just to defend somebody for a couple minutes. Why, somebody could.
LeBron's down or
Obviously,
AD's down.
our best perimeter defenders are all smaller. With the
Yeah,
Carusos, the KCPs, the Avery Bradleys.
AD Bradley.
There's no way they're going to be able to guard a Leonard or Paul George. Those guys are there to try to guard the C.J. McCollums, the Lou Williams. Having him definitely gives some toughness. He's been shooting the ball. I think he's having a career year from 3 point this year.
Yeah, he's shooting the ball pretty
So
well.
that's a guy who could give you scoring off the bench. But the one guy for me who's been driving me crazy all fucking year, Kyle
Oh, I
Kuzma.
already know.
Kyle
Yeah.
Kuzma. Make up your fucking mind. Stop with the fucking hairdo switching, the outfits and shit like that. I don't care what you do. Show up and play ball. Get buckets.
Yeah.
That's it.
My only problem. Um, when it comes to the Lakers, I'm just gonna go from where you just left off, and that's Kyle Kuzma.
He's the
Um,
X factor.
he's the X factor. He's supposed to be the third guy, and he's not being that third guy. And I don't know what the hell it is.
I mean,
And
the shit
it's
that killed the shit with him is he plays outstanding. The games he starts,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
but then the
exactly.
games he comes off the
When
bench is just like, bro.
he's
And I
not
feel
as
like
interesting.
the games you come off the bench is actually suited for you more because when you start, you don't have to worry about doing every other part. When you're off the
Right.
bench, you're just in there to score, get us those points while we rest LeBron.
One other thing I think about with Kyle Kuzma when I watch him is we all know that he this offseason he tried to create his own shot. And I feel like this year he's trying to force that.
Yeah,
And he has the ball early in the shot clock and he's trying to do all this shit early in the shot clock and shoot without moving the ball and finding it that way. I think that works
I feel
better
like
for him.
for me, for his game offensively, it's gonna sound crazy. The one guy, like especially for his size, I would want him to play more like a Carmelo.
Mm-hmm.
Get into that mid range to 3 point area, play a little back down to the basket, get you a nice jumper off, and that's it. I don't
Yeah.
want to dribble in 50 times trying to cross somebody,
Yeah,
get to the
he's doing too
basket.
much. He's
No,
doing too much. And he's looking stupid while he's doing it too with his stupid ass hair. Like I don't really care about the hair shit really that much, but
neither do I. But it's just
you know,
like, come
do
on.
what you want, but ball at the same time. Because you
You're
just
not
look
gonna get
stupid and you suck.
you're not gonna get any more famous than you'll get if you are actually succeeding and playing well and winning for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Exactly. So he's definitely got to step up. But other than that, I'm very happy to see the Lakers at number one doing their thing. Obviously, when it comes to MVP, I'm riding with my guy Bron for MVP. No offense to Giannis, but when you look at LeBron's story, you got to give it to him off of that too.
Leads the NBA in
17
triple
years,
double.
leads the league in triple doubles, leads the league in assists. I mean, come on. He's got his team at number one in number two in the whole league.
And let's not forget to mention we've been at number one for pretty much the whole year.
Pretty much the whole year.
And there's a big matchup this Friday.
Who do they play this Friday?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Yeah, that's right. I knew it was somebody big, but yeah, the Lakers look great. The only thing that frustrates me with the Lakers is they turn over the ball too goddamn much, man.
Turn over the
That's
ball a
gonna
lot
hurt
and
them.
are actually one of the worst teams in transition defense.
Yeah, they need to that's got to change, and I'm very frustrated that they didn't make a decision as far as getting a point guard other than Rondo to facilitate the
Well,
ball because it's not working.
that problem with that is, obviously I was frustrated too being an actual Laker fan and not making moves, but if you seen some of the reports like of what teams were asking, this feels like
Yeah,
the Lakers get taxed. It's
yeah,
like a Laker
because
tax.
they're the Lakers. Yeah, absolutely.
For
I
Marcus
agree.
Morris, they had to give up Danny Green. I know, understand that for the money, but Kuzma and I think a future second round pick
Yeah.
for for the Knicks. For the Clippers, all they had to give up was Mo Harkless and I think another future pick, or maybe second round or first round. I'm not sure. That's it.
hmm Yeah. So, yeah, no, I hear you. That definitely plays a role in it. But as far as the JR and waiters, I would go with JR only because he's a vet. Even though he makes all those stupid mistakes, he's a vet, and I mean, not saying that Waiters isn't a vet. Waiters is a vet too. He's been in the league a long time. But JR's been in those situations. JR's played in the playoffs. And not only that, he's played with LeBron. He knows how LeBron plays. He can take
I got a dark horse candidate
who?
for that final spot.
Who?
Lance Stevenson.
Oh, that's a great one too. I think that's a great pick too. I think that Lance would come
Here's
in there
why.
without.
Lance is crazy, obviously. But he can defend. He's not
He
the
can
offensive
defend. He can
player
pass.
He's not the offensive player JR and Waiters are, but
Right. He
I
can
think he
still.
was actually having a real good year out in China.
Yeah, he was. And I remember there was a year when at one point, I don't know if he finished the year doing it, but he was leading the league in triple doubles at one point. He was doing some amazing things. So I think that's a great person for that spot as well. But moving on from the Lakers.
Let's go to that 3 seed. Well, obviously, we all know the Nuggets are the Nuggets.
Right,
There's
exactly.
no
I was gonna
knocking
go right
them.
to
They're the
them.
same team they were last year. They do it every night.
Yeah.
Not knocking them. Let's move to that 3 seed.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's everybody's favorite to win the finals this year. Everybody loves them. They traded for everybody at the deadline. They signed all the buyout candidates.
You can clearly see he is very amped for this one.
You know why? Here's my thing. Obviously, I'm gonna keep it real. Winning wise, the Clippers have been owning LA for quite some time. Obviously, they'll never be what the Lakers brand is.
Right.
Similar to the Mets and Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
The Mets were the last team to make it to the World Series. But New York always finds its way to be Yankee Town.
Right. Absolutely.
Not going to knock them. I just feel like after everything they build up, the knock on the Lakers are they can't beat the good teams.
Right.
Let's look at some of the Clippers' losses. They lost to some of the bad teams.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they already have that built-in excuse if they don't win.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
PG
and Kawhi didn't really practice together and didn't play this many games together and this and that. You know, I listen to a lot of sports radio, sports podcasts. The big thing I hear when it comes to the Lakers and Clippers, the difference is you can't teach chemistry.
Exactly.
Everybody's talking about how well the Lakers are as a team. They do things off the court with each other.
Mm-hmm.
The Clippers, all we hear is, oh, well, PG and Kawhi don't really practice together.
Right. And there's been reports that some of the guys don't really fuck with them like that.
And I heard of a lot of it has to do with a lot of the scheduling is around Kawhi's time.
Yeah, of course. That's how it's run. He's running that team. They want to talk about LeBron and how he used to run the Cleveland Cavaliers. Look what Kawhi's doing.
I mean, obviously, all the guys, all the buyouts, they signed Reggie Jackson, stuff like that. Guys, my Lakers should have won after that. Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we needed a point guard. There you go. Mm-hmm. We wanted Marcus Morris. He went to the Clippers. Great. But let's keep it real. Granted, they're saving the load management's working so they can have these guys ready for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're not playing together as much,
right, that's just gonna.
You should be gelling.
Exactly, and you see it on the court sometimes that they're not gelling. They don't understand what each other are going to do and how they're going to do it, and that comes with time, spending time with each other, talking to each other. It's not just on the court; it's off the court. I will never, even with our team now, but my first memories was when I was in high school and my sophomore year. This is when I really learned how important chemistry was. This is when I first understood how important chemistry was. I was a sophomore on the varsity team, and one of the traditions that they used to do was every Thursday, the night before we had a game, the players would go out to dinner, paid for by the school, and actually not the school, but by the the boosters and stuff like that. And we would just have dinner at one of these places, the Firehouse, the local pizza place, or we would just go to all these places and we would just learn about each other off the field and also talk football off the field, and we understood things, and we ended up making it the farthest our school has ever been in the playoffs. We went all the way to the section championship, the farthest our school has ever gone, and just we lost that game. But the fact that our team, with all the different things that we had to go through that year to get to where we had to do to be, was all because of the chemistry that we had with each other. We went up against teams that we had no business beating, but we did it because we knew how to play together. So that relates to now, and I think that's what the Clippers are gonna end up having. And as far as that load management shit, that shit kills me, yo. That shit kills me because how are they just allowing this one man to just rule the NBA and let him do what the hell he wants? But if anyone else does it, they're getting fined. Shit.
I'm fine with load management at the end of the year when you got your playoffs.
At the end of the year, absolutely.
Like that. I'm fine with that.
Yep. You're doing it in fucking week 1?
Exactly.
They were doing that shit in week 1. I mean, come on. Kawhi came out saying that he felt better. Best he ever felt. What are you load managing for then? And why and why the fuck can't anyone else do it? What Lou Williams just said, you know what? I don't feel like playing this game. My leg hurt. I'm load managing today. I don't feel like fucking playing.
Yep.
What are they gonna say? Like, that shit kills me. And then say the Clippers go on to beat the Lakers in the conference finals. Everyone's gonna say, "Oh, Kawhi was so great." No, Kawhi has been fresh the whole fucking year. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. I'm telling y'all now, if the fucking Clippers end up beating the Lakers in the fucking conference finals, I'm blaming it on that. I don't care. That's my excuse. I'm telling y'all now. I know the playoffs are 3 months from now. I don't give a fuck. I'm blaming that shit on that because that's bullshit. That's bullshit in the league.
To me, especially like for me, LeBron's having an MVP caliber season, but I feel like we didn't see him really push it yet.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's gonna push it. Wait till we seen what he did to Zion in that squad twice, and I think that's what we're gonna see again in the play. That's just a glimpse of what he's gonna do.
I think AD slowed down a little. He had his explosive.
He has. I agree
100%. Saving it a little for the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're doing a little load managing during the game.
Yeah, not pushing.
You can do that during the game. That's fine. Less minutes, whatever the case may be, but play. Get on the fucking court. Fight with your brothers.
Yeah.
Fight with your fucking brothers. We as football players complain when we don't fucking play. Even if it's just a run down the goddamn field. Put us on the goddamn field. What the hell? I don't care. We go out there injured all the time. Come on. Hockey players don't want to hear that shit. Hockey players are the toughest motherfuckers out there. Them niggas got broken jaws and everything, and they're out there.
Even in the NBA, look at the guys who are on the end of the bench and got to get dressed every day to hopefully get a couple minutes and all they get is coaches, DMPs.
Exactly. And it's also about money, too. Kawhi can afford to sit a game. The other guys can't, and that's fucked up, too. But it's also not fucked up that Kawhi is just that more talented. But
you can't. I mean, it's no knock on him, When you've done what he's done,
he deserves that. Absolutely. But I don't think he has the right to just sit now. All right, I've won championships. I'm going to sit out. You see what I did in Toronto. So that's what we're going to do here. And the motherfuckers said, okay, yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. Like, damn, who's running the show? Come on. And y'all knock LeBron. Come on now. Stop doing that. But let's move on from them and let's get into Houston because their story is very interesting. Houston has decided to move on from having a center.
Houston decided to move on to just play positionless basketball and put 5 guys on the court and hopefully they score and just hope we score more than the other team.
That's basically what they're doing. But to their credit, it has been working as of late.
I mean, it worked
Not
because
last night against
it
the
worked.
Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks,
I
boy.
actually seen some of that game, and I same face I just made. I said it
And
worked.
that's gonna be the problem for that Houston team.
I mean, and you went against the Knicks team who don't really have a dominant big man.
Yeah, or yeah,
Hey,
exactly. Dominant,
I'll
dominant.
say it
You're right.
here. That small ball team beat my Lakers,
Mm-hmm.
but do I think they could do it through a 7 game series? Not at all.
Hell no, hell no. But to the Knicks' credit, they are, I think, the best offensive rebounding team in the league, and they definitely
Yeah.
showed it. They out
I
rebounded them
just
by
in a
31
way it helped because
rebounds.
this opened up the floor for them, Houston, because you got guys like Westbrook,
Yeah, it definitely did, and
Bryant.
Westbrook is definitely flourishing from it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he's been their best player so far.
Absolutely, absolutely, he definitely has been.
Since this change, he's been their best player.
He's being smart, and that's the Westbrook that I like to see. The one that opens his eyes and says, "All right, look, he's chucking up threes. I know this is the Houston Rockets, and that's what they do here, shoot threes, but this shit ain't working for me." And now that Capella's gone, the floor is open. I'm gonna do what I do best. I'm gonna charge the lane like a fucking maniac, and if you want to stand in my way, good luck to you. And I'm gonna dunk on your fucking head. And that's what he's doing, and he's doing his mid range, which he's doing pretty good at too. So he's become a smarter basketball player, which is something that we've been waiting for him to do for his whole
Let,
fucking career.
let's see if he carries that to the playoffs.
Now, when we talk about the playoffs, that's when they're gonna have
I
a
mean, you feel like
problem
if you want to think
because you're
about it,
gonna run into some of them trees.
the teams that give them the trouble will be the Lakers, the
Absolutely,
Nuggets,
absolutely.
the Jazz, possibly.
The Clippers
I
because
think
they're not too
in a way
long.
that small ball team could be a decent matchup for the Clippers.
Yeah, it won't be
Clippers, who do
something
they
nothing
play
crazy,
mostly
but
at the 5?
they got Harrell.
Who's not really a big guy. I think he's what
He's not
6'8".
he's not a big guy, but that boy, he goes after them boards.
But that's
And
what
they
I'm saying.
match
That
up.
in a way that helps him size wise, just the matchup.
Right, right. But no, you're right. That they still would have it wouldn't be that. And to the Rockets' credit, I've also seen and why I think it's working is we're talking about how rebounding is going to be the fall for them, which it is. I still
Yeah,
believe
it's
that.
gonna get them.
But what we're seeing right now is a lot of teams are changing the way they play to match them, which is falling in the Houston Rockets' favor. You
Yeah,
don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. In certain cases, sometimes I guess you have to do it depending on the matchups, but um, it's falling. It's starting to work for them, but I don't think it's going to happen in the playoffs. There's just too many big guys out there, especially the Lakers, the Nuggets, them being the two the most. They're going to have problems with those teams, so uh, it's not going to work. They're going to have an early exit without any awards because James Harden was looking like an MVP, but he's not looking like an MVP anymore.
oh, he's not
Uh,
getting it. I'll tell.
yeah.
I'll tell that to his face. You ain't getting MVP.
Yep. So we're gonna skip number 5 at Utah. Shout out to Utah, still in there. No disrespect to them, but they're not looking as great as everyone thought. Everyone thought they were gonna just jump up to number 3. I didn't think that. I knew they were still gonna have some problems, but Conley was, definitely an addition, but it's not working that great. So, but Mitchell's still playing ball in there, and the center still balling out, but I don't think they're going to have that. Yeah, they're not going to have that much success in the playoffs, especially sitting at that 5. They play one of those. Uh, actually, no, 5 seed. Who did the 5 seed play?
The 4 seed.
4 seed. So the Rockets. I think they can win. The Rockets will win that one.
I can see the
Just,
Jazz winning.
just off a style of play.
I don't see the Jazz getting past the second round.
Yeah, but I don't think I give the Houston Rockets that much. I think they could beat the Jazz just off the style of play, them going up and down the court. They got nobody to guard Harden or Westbrook, and Rudy's not running with nobody, so I think that'll be their disadvantage. Now, the 6th seed is the most surprising to me. OKC, CP3, holding it down at number 6, 37 and 23. Everyone from beginning when they traded Westbrook thought it was over. Me included, E included. We all thought it was
How
over
many
for them.
people thought CP3 was going to get bought out and end up on a contender that wasn't OKC?
No one
You know,
saw CP being this far, lasting this long with them. No
nobody
one
thought,
saw that.
yeah.
So
And
for him to stick it out and ball out with these guys, he's got a lot of young guys. Shea, Steven Adams is still there balling with them. All those guys are just
Gallinari.
balling out. Yeah, Gallinari, they're balling out.
Yeah, I
So
mean, if you look at it,
very team to play,
the,
and a lot of their wins are from behind, and
yeah,
they come back and win.
and I
I
think
love seeing that.
and I think Chris Paul leads the league in clutch points this season.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. CP3, they done you up, but you still out there balling. Fuck Harden. Fuck them guys. You
I
ain't need
called
him.
that a couple years ago. I
He needed
said,
his own team. Represent CP3. That's what's up. One of my favorite, all-time favorite guys. Um, so yeah, OKC looking good. I think they can give whoever they face in the first round problems. They definitely can give them problems. A young team like that with a veteran leader like CP3, they
okay,
can give somebody a problem.
for entertainment purposes, how bad do you hope OKC gets to that 5 seed and plays Houston in the first round?
Oh, that would be amazing because CP3 against his former team and Harden, his I
Or
guess rival.
or they find their way to the six. They stay at the 6 seed
Mm-hmm.
and they go against them Clippers.
Of them Clippers, that's where they at right now, and
So
that's
they
a
got a
team
good
that
match. They got
that
an
would be
entertaining matchup
yeah.
either way.
Either way, it's going to be a good one to watch. So I'm excited. I hope it stays the way it is right now. I really don't. Actually, I can't lie. I would like to see Portland get in there if they do, but at the same time, I like my dude John Morant. But we're gonna talk about John Morant in a minute. Um, Before we get to John Morant, let's talk about Dallas because that's another surprise for me. Um, I thought they were sitting at 4, and next thing I know, they dropped down to 7. What the
Yeah,
hell
I
happened?
mean both Luca and KP
Sat
missed
out for a while. Yeah.
in time this year, so that killed their momentum a lot. But
Hmm.
we all knew that Dallas wasn't a true contender.
So, do you think they're going to be cause some problems, even though they're sitting at 7? You think they can still be one of those teams that can knock maybe one of those top guys out?
I see them maybe winning one
They're
game.
playing. So right now they would be playing Denver. You think they can knock out Denver? No.
They don't have nobody. They don't have nobody that can contain Jamal Murray
Yeah, Murray,
and the
Joker.
Joker.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
I see them winning a game, maybe
Hmm.
two, but I don't see them making it out.
All right, then we get to Memphis with right now the lead and the Rookie of the Year award so far.
That's his
Uh,
award.
that's his award. That's why I agree with
If
that.
that, if don't get me wrong, the guy's been excited since he started playing Zion. But I think the most games he could play this year is 30 something. If the
37.
NBA found a way to rob John Morant to give that to Zion, nah,
It's fucked
that's his
up.
award. That's his award.
Absolutely.
My only thing
But
is my only thing is what's up with these rookies and wanting to kill Kevin Love?
oh yeah, yeah. What
First,
is it?
John Morant tried to take his head off with a vicious dunk, and then the other day Zion tried to do the same thing. Yo, leave Kevin Love alone.
They just trying to get out of any big. John Morant got the most almost amazing dunks
John
every time.
Morant looks like he might
He
be my
tried to
favorite.
take.
John Morant might be my favorite player in the future.
Yeah, I agree. He's my
That boy is
favorite
good.
rookie right now. Absolutely, that boy can jump. He tried to take out Anthony Davis. Oh my god,
That boy is good.
that boy can jump. But yeah, he got his team at the AC, and they would be playing the Lakers, and they crushed the Lakers the last time they played them. But there's no way they gonna
Yeah,
sweep them boys in a 7 game
nah, nah,
series.
nah.
But it would be exciting to see the rookie go against Brown in the first round. That would be cool to see. But there's another team that's still fighting, still has a chance. Only 3 spots back, 3 games back. I'm sorry, which is Portland, a team that I'm very shocked that is not even in the playoffs right now. I
I
don't know how
mean,
they're not even top 5.
but if you go back and look, they started off horrible. They're another team that injuries just killed them.
And you know what? To me, the biggest hurt for them is nurture. Him not being there, I just see it. They tried to sign Whiteside. Whiteside's not the guy.
Nah,
He's not the guy.
and the
He was once that guy, but he's not anymore.
Melo worked out for a little.
Yeah, and I think he could still
But
work.
missing, CJ missed some time this year, and
And
now
now
getting
then,
hurt. Like, nah.
yeah, that's definitely hurting them. But who would you rather see, Portland or Memphis in there?
I told you, I said Memphis because with a
That's
healthy
easier.
Dame,
Oh yeah, you did say that. Yes,
he
you
kills
did.
the Lakers
He
all the
does.
time.
He does. And then you
Don't
got
get me wrong.
another.
I don't think Portland can upset the Lakers in a 7-game series,
Right.
but that'll be a battle.
That definitely would be a battle. Definitely, I could see that going like 6. I could see that. Um, and the last team that we think could have a shot of getting there is that other rookie in that squad, the Pelicans, with Zion coming back and averaging. I don't even know what he's averaging now, but it's something crazy,
Oh no,
30 or something like that.
he's
30 plus
everything
points
everybody expected him to be.
and more.
He plays bully basketball. We've seen him bully
Yes.
LeBron. We've seen him
Mm-hmm.
bully Anthony
AD.
Davis. We've seen him bully Giannis, just snatch the
Yep.
basketball right from him. And
Yeah, the kid is very, very
like you
athletic.
said before, Brandon Ingram, who to me should be a candidate for most improved player.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Lonzo's at his perfect there because he doesn't have to try to be a scorer and everything. His jump
Mm-hmm.
shot has improved. He's there to lob passes. They got a veteran like Drew Holiday, who we all know is a baller.
Absolutely.
Another veteran in JJ Redick, who we all know
Yep.
he can shoot.
Yep. Yeah, the Pelicans. Well, before I go, do you give them a shot on making it?
There's a shot, but I just Memphis is what? How many ahead of them? What 3.5 to 4 games I think on them.
They're 4 games, 5 games.
Yeah, that might hurt them.
Yeah, there's still what 20 games left, about 20
Something
games
like
left.
that. Yeah, we're about there.
So, but no, yeah, I agree. I don't think they're gonna catch them, but they are looking very
But
impressive. This is a team to
that
be worried about
to
next
say,
year.
yeah, I'll say I give them a shot to make it.
Yeah, they definitely have a shot, but
Because
I don't think
as exciting John Moran is, Memphis can go on a losing streak.
it could definitely 20 games is a lot of games still. Still a
Exactly.
lot of games. So, but yeah, Ja, he's looked spectacular, doing everything that everyone expected and more, and is somehow put his name in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. So that said, let's go into Rookie of the Year. Who do you got? Ja Morant. Okay, so you got your answer. Ja Morant. And why do you say Ja Morant?
Been doing it all year. All year. He's the leader of that team
Yep,
already.
absolutely. I agree. I think it's Ja
There's
Morant.
no other explanation needed.
Yeah, and I don't even know. Like I said, I mean Zion, what he's been able to do and help that team to what they're doing now is special.
Yeah, but to me, it's at the end of the
But
day, it comes down to that one stat, which is games played.
games played, which he does not have enough. When you look at both of theirs, not even close.
He can't even crack playing half the season, which will be 41 games. The most games he'll
Exactly.
be able to make will be
That's
30 something.
37.
Yeah,
Exactly.
37.
So
Nah.
you missed the cut. If you
Yeah.
would have played a full season, then absolutely you would have been in the conversation.
If you would have
And probably
played,
won it.
to 60, I would have been like, all right, talk to me.
Right. Absolutely. So he missed the spot, missed the shot. But even still, I think John Morant would have still been in the conversation
Oh, of
because
course.
he's balling out. He's
Yeah.
balling out, and no one expected Memphis to be at the 8th seed.
I
So
mean, let's be real. John Morant could have been an All-Star this year.
absolutely, I think he could have been. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, and did we speak about MVP yet?
We said yeah. I mean, like I said, you said you have
Oh yeah, we
LeBron,
did. We did. Right.
and I
Right.
told you I I could make argument for LeBron, but I think they'll give it to Giannis just because the crazy record they have and everything like that.
Yeah, I don't. I don't even know who I think they're going to give it to, because I think that LeBron's story is so compelling that they can definitely sway that way, which I think they
Do you
should.
think LeBron could steal it if he goes berserk for the next what 2 3 weeks?
Yeah, as if LeBron continues to lead the league in assists, goes berserk, like you said, the last stretch of the season, and continues doing what he's doing, there's no reason why he shouldn't.
Yeah,
Dude played twice as many minutes as Giannis has played in his career. He has all that luggage on him, and he's still doing what he does. So you got to give him credit for that. 17th year, 34 years of age. I mean, come on.
yeah.
Come on, man. King James. It's his league. But other than that, I've got nothing else. Do you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. So that's the whole episode. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Um, like I always say, make sure y'all follow us on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Go subscribe on YouTube. And that's it. It's your boy Jones, Full Court Shot Podcast. Peace.